Hello everyone, how's it going? So, N7 day, and a lot of people were hoping that we're going to get something new in terms of gameplay for the next Mass Effect. Technically, it is Mass Effect 5, since Mass Effect 4 would probably be Mass Effect Andromeda. Regardless, the working title for this game is Mass Effect 4. They haven't confirmed that yet, it's just the working title at the point, at least from what I've seen. So let's read the blog post and we'll discuss. Happy N7 day everyone, you guessed it, I come to you with another blog post. But each year I write these, they are important moments of reflections on me. I get to pause and think about how truly lucky we are to have Mass Effect and how thankful we are for the community and support we get. We've been through a lot and we appreciate you. Like you, we've heard the rumors lately. You made it clear we deeply care about what's next. So let's start by setting the record straight. The next Mass Effect game is in development and EA and BioWare remain committed to telling more stories in this universe. I mean, this seems like it's the last chance when it comes to BioWare. Mass Effect Andromeda didn't sell the units that they were hoping for. Anthem didn't become the massive new live service shooter that they were hoping for. It sold very well. Like, if you look at Anthem's sales, it actually sold extremely well, but they wanted to be the next Destiny, and considering where Destiny is right now, maybe that's for the best. And then, of course, since then, Dragon Age the Veilguard basically just completely catapulted the franchise into ruin. Like, say what you will, I 100% the game. I played more Dragon Age the Veilguard than I believe a lot of people. And that game just completely ruined its reputation. It destroyed the franchise. Dragon Age is right now dead. And if you don't take my word for it, look at EA's fiscal report. Even they stated it. And EA is extremely anal when it comes to sales. Look at how Dead Space Remake performed. Despite having glowing reviews from everyone, selling actually pretty well, it didn't meet the standards that EA expects from them. They're kind of like Square Enix. They have a lot of very high expectations for their games. And they pushed Dead Space to become the next Resident Evil, which first was the big mistake. They should have just allowed it to cook, and if they allowed it to just slowly grow, it probably would have been up there next to Silent Hill, which I think you might argue it is on par with Silent Hill, because Silent Hill is also kind of a niche franchise. As much as people don't like to admit it, it is compared to Resident Evil. But yeah, EA just has very high expectations for these franchises, and yeah. The truth is, in the last few years have been incredibly busy at BioWare, but currently the team heads down and focused exclusively on Mass Effect. We have a lot of universe to cover, lots of features to build, and lots of romances to figure out. We're excited at what we're building, and we promise you that we're ready. It'll be a lot of fun to show. Until then, thank you for your patience, because you're all thirsty for news, and I see you're looking for a secret meaning behind my tweets. Okay, sometimes they have secret meaning, so he admits it. Hopefully we might see something at the Game Awards, but I'm not holding my breath. Beyond the next game, there is a lot to get excited about. I haven't talked about it much, but you have heard something about a TV series. We're partnering closely with Amazon, and we're really excited with what the talented team over there is coming up with. I'm actually very worried, considering how Lord of the Rings turned out with them. I mean, Arcane was really good, but that was Netflix. But when it comes to TV shows based on video games, very hit and miss. Like, look what happened to The Witcher. The first season was great, then the second and third season and fourth, dear God, it's just like, boom. Like, everything just completely got set on fire. The writer's room is going strong, and we have a lot to figure out about how it fits within the next Mass Effect canon and where it sits with respect to the new game. The show will explore a brand new story within the universe timeline, and we set after the original trilogy. It won't retread Commander Shepard's story, because after all, that's your story, isn't it? That's true, because you get to decide whether Commander Shepard is male or female, who they romance, or whether they romance anyone, Paragon or Renegade, who lives and dies. It is your story. But most importantly, since they're setting it after the events of the Mass Effect trilogy, that means they have to have a canon ending. And if this is the canon ending, then it only means one of three endings: the Symbiosis ending, the Paragon ending, or the Renegade ending. Which means that the ending where you chose not to side with the Intelligence and choose one of their decisions, you decide to fight the Reapers. So the ending for that is ambiguous, but I think a lot of us can confirm, or at least assume, that the Reapers won and the cycle continues. Keep an eye out on our social media today, including some awesome new Mass Effect gear, free crossover items for Skate and Apex Legends. I don't care about that. Like, they did reveal a brand new Tali'Zorah statue for about $200, $20 if you get it off a discount. And yeah, I mean, the statue looks great, except her ass, which got severely nerfed. What the fuck is this? Like, it's just a flat... Tally's butt is literally bulge... Oh my... I am actually angry about this. What the hell? Dude, what did they do? This has to be a crime. Dude, this is a war crime. What did they do to my favorite girl? Her butt, man. Dude, the statue... Oh my... As you can see it here, too. Oh my god. Yes, I'm one of those people. They nerfed Tally's butt. What the hell? What's next? Oh, they did do that to Miranda. Oh my god. Oh god. Okay, we're not looking at this cursed image anymore, but yeah. This is what the real meat and potatoes is. We get an actual image of the Civil War, which is supposed to be the headline for Mass Effect 4. So, there's a lot of details when it comes to this image. First off, Krogan. So there's a lot of Krogan on screen here, so let's assume that the genophage has either been cured or the Krogan have evolved so alarmingly fast that they have now become immune to the genophage, because that's what happened to the first genophage. So it's not too far to assume that that would happen to the second genophage. They even said that in Mass Effect Andromeda, where if the Krogan were given enough time, they would literally develop an immunity against the genophage. But again, they were in cryosleep for so long, so I don't know. Another thing to look at this image is the armor they're wearing. Now, the armor they're wearing looks very just battle-worn and very archaic compared to the Mass Effect universe. Like, look at the helmets. They look like something out of World War II when it comes to this, or at least they fashioned it like. So maybe they've regressed. It does seem like after the events of the Reaper War, if you chose the Renegade Ending, all the regardless of what ending you choose, all the mass relays are destroyed, which means the Milky Way galaxy is separated from one another. So they don't have that technology anymore. I mean, granted, we reached to the point of our evolution in the Mass Effect universe that they were able to create mass relays. At least they were on the crust of doing that. Same thing happened with the Protheans. As their last Hail Mary, they created a mass relay, and even the intelligence stated that they basically start the 50,000 year extinction cycle when civilizations are basically at the point where they can create mass relays. So that's like every 50,000 years. That's literally like the guessing point. But regardless, this could be that the power vacuum has caused the Krogan to basically just decide we're going to fill that new void. I mean, they're one of the most dangerous creatures in the galaxy. Not only are they hyper immune to almost everything, but they're battle worn. They grow very fastly. They live long. They're strong. They're viable. They're extremely destructive in every considerable way. But the other thing that this could be is that it can confirm that the Renegade ending is canon. Now, the reason I say that is because, one, if the Paragon ending was canon, then the Reapers would put a stop to the Civil War completely, because Commander Shepard is the new intelligence. So he or she would put an end to all of this almost immediately. You can see that they're building new mass relays after the other ones were destroyed. So the Reapers should put a stop to this, considering that Commander Shepard, even if he's Renegade and decide the Paragon ending, would still put a stop to this. It can't be the Symbiosis ending, because look at the faces of the Krogan. They don't have that motherboard looks face. When you choose the Symbiosis ending, everyone has a glowing green hue, like they have motherboards attached to their skin. That's the final phase of evolution, where synthetic and organic life merge together, similar to what happened to Legion's people if you chose to save them. They become living beings. So we can assume that the Renegade ending is actually the canon ending, where Shepard had destroyed all the Reapers, and in that ending, if you got enough resources, there is actually an additional after-credit scene where Shepard is shown to have survived the events. Shepard would breathe at the ending cutscene after the credits. So I think that the canon ending here is that the Renegade ending is what happened, and based on what they said about the TV show, it just seems that way. So let's assume that the Renegade ending is canon. And based on this image right here that we got years ago, the Geth and the Krogan might likely be the primary threat here. Because, like I said, the Krogan are one of the most powerful military force there is when it comes to just sheer warfare. Like, they are more powerful than any of the other races in terms of that. So, and when they say Civil War, it doesn't only mean that Krogan are fighting other Krogan. It could also mean that these are just like battalions of Krogan. Like, some Krogan fight for the Usari, maybe some are fighting for humanity, you never know. This could just be like war between all the species to fill that power vacuum, because let's face it, the governments have been completely destroyed. The Citadel is gone. There's no Citadel anymore. There's no central unified government. Even when it comes to humanity, the Usari, the Krogan, the Reapers literally started eradicating everyone. Like, you saw that with Garrus's people, where they were literally just like trying to figure out who's next in charge, when the Reapers just kept killing leader after leader. So I think this is going to be just all-out warfare. Everyone is just going to say, I'm right, you're right, this is right, and everyone's just going to be fighting for everyone. Granted, it is a little weird that they have just a bunch of Krogan here. I don't know, maybe deeper into the image we might see an Asari or someone, but as far as I can tell, these are all Krogan. I mean, this could be Grunt in the background right here, but if that's Grunt, I highly doubt he would go along with this, considering his legacy with Shepard. Like, I feel like he wouldn't want, like, just all-out warfare in the sense of killing everyone. Like, despite what Grunt is like, Grunt is a very intelligent person. And yes, he is battle-hardened. He does crave warfare like every other Krogan. But you never know. Like, it could be that he's just like, you know what, fuck it, I just want to fight, because he also wants that. But judging by this image, I really think that the canon ending for now, Mass Effect moving forward, is the Renegade ending. There is no symbiosis signs, and if this was Paragon, I'm almost certain Commander Shepard would put a stop to this almost immediately, considering the vast powers of the Reapers and the fact that they don't have Mass Effect technology anymore, and everyone is basically on the verge of just killing each other for a maybe it's resources. You never know. That could also be a thing, because now that they're isolated, they have to find resources in other means. It's something that could be possible. But tell me what you think in the comments below about this. That's how I'm seeing this image. Honestly, this is better than last year's and 7 Day. At least we got something. And hopefully we might get a gameplay trailer, or even just a trailer soon, because I honestly feel like this is BioWare's final chance. And because of that, they're trying to make sure they nail it. Because if they don't, no doubt in my mind, EA will cut them. Like, EA will say, we've given you multiple chances. We're not Microsoft with Halo Studios, which used to be 343. This is your final shot. Make sure it works. And I have hope. It's blind hope, but it's hope. So tell me what you think in the comments below. I'd love to hear other people's opinions. That's it from me. Goodbye. Have a good day.